Hello and welcome back. This deck just got first place at a pretty small tournament out of like 50 or so players in Japan, I think, and we're going to try it out here today. I think I'm currently like ranked 26 Mythic, so we'll see if we can hold on to that with a little bit of 5-color Jodah Legendary Humans. What do you think about that? Should be fun. You know, if the mana's ever going to be good, it's going to be good right now. We got 4 Cavern of Souls, 4 Plaza of Heroes, 4 Excluded Courtyards, and 4 Starting Towns. That should hopefully be plenty to cast all the spells we want, regardless of colors, and I also have some fast lands in here, primarily on white, because Shelter by Ghost is the only non-creature we really want to cast. Their deck actually had another basic forest and basic mountain, and I swapped those out for 2 more fast lands, which hopefully won't kick our butt for trying to cast Jodah on 5, but yeah, I just felt like we didn't need those other basics in there. I mostly left the deck intact. I think the coolest thing we're going to see here, hopefully, is going like turn 2 Jirana into turn 3 Alicia. So Jirana, Dauntless General, just a 2-mana 2/2 legendary creature. When they enter exile target player's graveyard, potentially pretty relevant in what I consider to be kind of a janky meta right now, with lots of kind of, graveyard shenanigans. You can also sack Jirana. Humans you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. This is cool with Alicia, because if you play Alicia and they want to kill Alicia, well, you can just sack Jirana to give Alicia hexproof and indestructible. But then, on your end step, if you attack this turn with any of your creatures, you can return target creature card, like Jirana, back to the battlefield. So then you have your opponent in a little bit of a lock. So I'm excited to see that. They are definitely running 4 of these, 3 Alicias, which I left intact. 2 Surax as well. Card sweep, 3 mana, 4/3 trample, can't be countered. And they basically have to kill it, because when they try to target any of your creatures, you're going to draw a card. So we got 2 of those in there. 2 Lightning, Army of Ones. I haven't played this card yet with any success. I tried a random Boros aggro deck and it sucked, but we'll see if it does a little better here. It's a 3 mana 3/2 first strike, trample, lifelink. It hits first with first strike, and then whenever it deals damage to a player until your next turn, if a source you control would deal damage to that player, it deals double that instead. So first strike hits first, and then all the rest of your creatures hit, and all that is doubled up. So we'll see how it goes. I think I threw in a Joshua and shot on myself, and left the rest pretty much intact. We added a Malira and cut 1 Inti, just because, whatever. I want to have fun with it. So, yeah, the only thing I'll say is I was looking at some other fun cards to add, like Radadrabic is a classic, Sigarda is a classic, Zorlion is a classic, and then I was like, oh, wait, we probably can't do that, because you really have to just name Human with Cavern of Souls and Courtyard, and those ones aren't humans, because if you can Jodah on 5, you have to Jodah on 5. So I took those back out after realizing that was probably a mistake. Okay, here we go. Also, Skrelv is not a human, but he is white, so we should be able to cast him pretty easily. We go into ranked standard, best of 1, and see if we can't kick some butt with some people that are caught off guard. Best of 1, 5-color legends, ranked standard. Okay, we shall see how this goes. Oh, baby. It's daddy. Daddy's home. On the draw, yeah, I guess we can cast everything pretty easily. Okay. Probably turn 1 Skrelv. Howdy, partner. It's white and blue. Okay, turn 1 Skrelv, and then either Hajar or Jirana. Glass Casket. Hexproof and indestructible, only indestructible. So hexproof is actually a little more relevant here. We'll name Human. We could double spell, but I think we're just going to want to get the hexproof down. Yeah, if they tap out. Yeah, no, actually, maybe we double spell is pretty good here. Hopefully keep one of these through like a turn 3 Perilous Snare. The Synth coming down on turn 3. Alright, scry 2. 2 to the bottom, that's good for us. We don't hit the next land. You just push for damage since we already have Skrelv. Hexproof and indestructible. I think we could Jirana here and then just attack with both. Just to put on some pressure, because we kind of need to get something moving here. Because they are going to win. Because Hajar is just indestructible. Alright, hit another land, but they're not doing another 3-drop this turn, which is good for us. Alright, you can try to kill a tapped creature. Yeah, I guess we'll sack you. Hexproof and indestructible. There's the next land. We'll keep naming human here. I guess we'll Alicia as well. We'll get that lock going. Which means we'll have the Girana back, right? Nice. We did attack this turn. We get back to Girana. We're pretty happy to attack with Skrill because now we have the Girana to give Hexproof again. So we have the lock in place. The Alicia Girana lock. Alright, they hit a 3-drop and also can level up the bricks here. So that's get a pair of 2/2s. So, can we possibly win from here? It'd have to be like a Shelter by Ghosts. To do what? I don't know. We did the thing, but we didn't put on quite enough pressure. A pair of 7/7s. Okay. +1/+0. Well, somebody's chumping this turn, I guess. This would pump out a lot of damage in theory. And we could top deck a Shelter to get there, maybe? It feels like this has to be the way to victory somehow. I think this is part of the possible way to victory. Hexproof indestructible, okay. We get Girana back. Humans you control. Okay. Alright, so we sack you. Hexproof indestructible. So we get him for some more damage here. Opponent drops to 12. We drop to 14. We end the turn. We get back the Girana here. Sure. It does mean they can't craft with it for what it's worth. But I'm thinking if we make Lightning like unblockable versus colorless, and it hits first, and then maybe we can somehow sneak through and double the damage of everyone else. But I mean, they're gonna have a big turn here. So we can sack Girana and or Skrill. We do need to take a block this turn. Yeah. Okay. Does not feel like we can get there versus 4 9/9s, right? It's not like we can go land Jodah off the top. Oh my gosh, they all have haste. Okay, we only have 2 blocks here. So I think that's about it. Fair enough. You can block, and you can block. They don't have trample, right? They just have haste. And then you can do this, but that is quite a lot of damage, even off of the lifelink, so that will be that. Fire Crystal showing up, by the way. Someone was leaving in the comments that Fire Crystal OP. I don't think is crazy to have one of those in there. Okay, I mean, we were doing the thing. We were doing the Alicia thing, we had the lock. It's definitely cool. I got no regrets about that game. Just a little bit too slow versus a turn 3 synth with no Shelter to kind of keep them at bay. We run it back. What do you guys got to say today? I don't remember that deck. I'm not going to reply to that. KB, then some numbers. Says on the, I think, Best of 1 Gruul video, a couple of those games were weird. Essentially, non-games for the opponent did close to nothing. The Boros and Golgari one specifically, which could hit games like that, Platinum. Yeah, some days, I agreed that yesterday felt weird. Felt very fast. Opponents didn't really feel like they were doing a whole lot. Okay, we have no 1-drop, but otherwise we're looking good here. I agree, it's a little bit weird. We're up against Pelican the Mighty, by the way. Crack CC plus numbers is glad to see some best of 1 games from you. What do you think about Omniscience still being 100% viable, albeit one turn later? I think Omniscience is still going to be very solid. Like I said, I played it to get to Mythic, like the Platinum to Mythic grind. It's totally fine. Just one turn slower. It's a green elf. Okay. Well, we got a 1-drop. Spinner of Souls. 3-mana 4/3. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may reveal cards to the top of your library to reveal a creature card with the card into your hand. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we can do the Jirana lock thing here, so we'd want to play the Plaza this turn, I guess. Alright, let's give him the Death Touch. So I think, if the Spinner of Souls die, do they still get the trigger? I feel like yes. Oh, another non-token? Okay, I guess not. To 18. We could block with Jirana if we thought we don't need the effect. Sure, I guess we'll keep Cecil around. Okay, Hexproof, Indestructible. They at least chip in for 4. Keen-Eyed Curator, okay. It's a 14. Another Jirana showing up. Yep. I think we're continuing to get in there. Takes the trade, okay. They do get to reveal a card, which is interesting. Another Curator. Here comes Alicia. Do the Jirana thing. Okay. Next Curator. They don't really have good attacks. Oh, they don't attack us. Interesting. Okay. Here's that first strike off the Alicia. Next land. We're actually very close to Jodah now. We don't have to attack. We can just get the Dark Knight back here. It's not really a big incentive to. Just get a +1 counter, but I don't think we need to do that. Let's make sure to leave open red. Actually, either way is fine. We almost want to attack just to hit land. Like, if we can guarantee land for next turn, it's not that bad. Maybe we should have gone Inti here first and discarded the other Jirana. I think that was, yeah, that's probably a mistake. Okay, I think we're just gonna chill here instead and do nothing. And just get back to Dark Knight. And next turn we can maybe discard something off Inti. Oh, he's gonna exile from the graveyard. That's fair too. That's fine. Just really change what we're trying to do here. Okay, so that does lock us out of the whole Alicia thing, but if we top deck land at Jodah, it is a significant chunk of damage. Kill Artifact or Enchantment, which I don't think we have. Just life, right? Okay. Alright, so we're looking to hit land. We want to attack, basically, with the Inti, which is fine here. They're all tapped out, so we actually get to reanimate, too. So it's just you here, really. Let's card the Jirana. Yeah, that's fine. 4/4 first strike. There is the land we wanted. See if they try to block it all. I should let it go. It's tap land, but hopefully we survive one more turn here. It's got first strike. That ain't gonna do it. You can probably just let that through. You just chump? Okay, that's fine. Great. Oh, you have mana? That's still, it's okay. Okay. They do get to do their thing, but we needed to hit land. All right. And now we end here. And next we fire off Jodah, and hope that's enough. And then we got backup Jodah. We cast that, and then we should kind of cascade into a 4-drop, which could be good. Let's see if they put on any pressure here. That's kind of the interesting question. Nope. Okay. Great. Well, here we come. How much pressure can they put back on us is kind of the... So if they only block like one of these, they die, right? But they could have blocked 2 of them and let 2 through, and then hit us back for like what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, not sure if we had attack all day or not. Just want to double check. If they hit a random removal spell for Jodah, which I probably wouldn't have in green. I think we assume Jodah survives, and we just do the math and say, okay, if Jodah survives, could they possibly find lethal? Do we need to lead back 2 blockers instead of 1? Okay. Not bad. Certainly acceptable. Yeah, I like the Alicia drawing a lot. I think it's very cool. It's cool that, you know, oftentimes, like, I'll try to play a deck and, you know, there's something I want to show you that I think is interesting, and I just never draw the pieces. Never comes up. We've got it right off the bat, which is cool. LeBroccoli XXXVII says, aggro is so meh, the Gruul video. Like your other videos, though. Thanks. I try to play it all. I don't really play aggro that often, though. Not like, you know, mono-reddish aggro. Josh Smith says, goblins and lizards have been quite powerful. That's what I've seen /read /heard. I do know goblins is the #1 highest win rate deck currently in best of 1 standard. So I'll probably give that a go at some point. I have not seen any data for lizards. I'm sure it exists. I just like haven't really been looking out for it. Cool. I mean, mana's perfect every game, right? It's pretty nice. This looks great. All right, here we go. I think we're killing down. Just try to get that value every turn. It's mono red. Swift Spear. Oh, Malira's not bad, actually. This can be what, human? Malira blocks pretty well. But I guess you just want this value, I think. A little bit dodgy to start losing life against mono red, but I think we'll get in there on the play. Down to 18, moving the wrong direction here. I do like this artwork. Hired Claw, okay. What else we got? We attacking? A little felonious Rage? Is that the new one? Nope. Okay, we can attack with Alicia. Or rather, we can attack with both and then slam Alicia after combat. If they have a combat trick, it's not a big deal. We are going to drop low here, though. Alright, there's Jirana for that half of the lock. Not too shabby. Mana looking good. Eat it all. Down to 16, looking spooky. Here comes land for turn onto human. Got the Alicia here. Not from the grave, but does have first strike, which may or may not matter. They didn't want to attack through, what, a 2-3? Alright, looks like this might get burst light into here. I do like this art. I wish I knew how to get this. I think it's actually pretty cool. I don't know, if you know how I can get this art, I guess it just has to randomly show up in the store, right? Like, what's set, or like, what was this released with? I think it's pretty cool. Alright, they're pushing damage here. So this attack will flip the Dark Knight, though, which is interesting. Human again. What does this even do? I have lifelink next turn. We could Urtai Resurrected to counter a Lightning Strike, I guess. know if that needs to be done. Yeah, we can put it into graveyard. That's fine. Okay. So we flip this and get it back as a blocker, right? That's crazy good. Okay, I'm not so worried about... I think we dump 2 more creatures opposed to holding Urtai Resurrected. Okay, so now they Lightning Strike the Kellen? They do nothing. Alright. Maybe it's a little safer to hold the Urtai, but we're down to 8. We have a 4/4 lifelink blocker. So the worst case scenario is like Screaming Nemesis, land, plus pump it a little bit, but even that won't kill us, I don't think. Okay, let's see if they can find their way to lethal here through the 4/4 lifelink. Alright, might as well sack this one then. One blocker gone. Resolves, though. So hexproof and indestructible. No good attacks here. I think these two go... You could even get Melira in there here. We're about to get a lot of lifelink. But I think we can play it safe, too. We don't even threaten lethal necessarily. I think I'm okay to leave this one back. Let's decline, leave it on top. Let's hit card to draw. Attacking creatures get indestructible. Should be able to gain life off the Cecil, which is big. Hold your Urtai Resurrected. Hopefully that's enough to kind of close out the game. Opponent drops to 4. Okay, fast land, hold Urtai. Up to 12. Fourth land. Okay. I mean, what do you got here? I'm not gonna flash on the Urtai. We go no blocks. Like they gotta show us. They gotta show us damage from 11 to 0. They cannot. I don't know, but okay. Cool. Flip off the Cecil, super nice. The fact that it flips and then comes back as a untapped blocker is big. I don't think I've ever seen it flip yet. It's really nice. Does feel a little bit risky to be dropping that low, but if you can get a single turn flipped, very decent. Very decent 1 mana 2/3 Death Touch. Vastly overstated, right? It's crazy. Oh, my audio is recording. I didn't even really check. Looks like, yeah, looks like it's good to go. On the draw, just with 2 drops. Mana is good enough, though. Yeah, I mean, we don't run that many 1-drops. Can't complain too much about it. Especially when you run 12 to 16 1-drops and still don't have one. A Convoke deck. Alright. Well, let's see how this goes. Resolute Reinforcements. Flashing it in on their own turn. Take the Scry now, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if I like our chances already on the draw. I think I'm not going to take a Pain Land here. I'm going to do it next turn. Okay. So, I mean, if they can go really over the top, we could prioritize... I mean, First Strike Lifelink's not bad. Shana's not bad. Removal spell is not ideal. Yep. So we could prioritize Joshua trying to get us to Jodah. Or we could prioritize... Any of these lifelink creatures are pretty good, too. If they have another removal spell, it doesn't matter so much. They're already solved. Yeah. I think we'll just try the Shauna, I guess. Maybe First Strike is better. It's hard to say. Like, we're not going to invest mana in Shauna right now, I don't think. We have plenty of stuff to cast. Alright, so First Strike looking good here, because now we actually get a really nice little block. Up to 19. That's not bad. We're doing our best here. It's not so bad. Alright, so this guy can be human as usual. Could Inti attack? I don't know if we discard the lands, though. I do think we're kind of gunning towards Jodah at this point. Like, I think we could, we already played land this turn, didn't we? Nah, let's decline, I guess. Yeah, lifelink could matter. Go up to 15. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand. Alright, more reinforcements. Get pinged off the War Leader's Call. They do it on their own turn, so maybe they're taking another Warden here. Maybe get it flying or something. Ah, the big Knight Errant turn. Alright, the big reload. Okay. I mean, we really need Jodah now. And he might be a turn too slow. You only get the bot, though. It's interesting. Not Jodah, but a pretty good card to flash in. Alright, so this is the big question. Are we Joshuaing? Just try to get there. If we double the damage off of this, we could deal 3, 4, 5. Doubled is 10. 13 damage. Have a blocker on the way back. Take 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 damage? Four, 5, 6, 7. We could leave back one more attacker, but go up to 15. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll drop the Shauna, just because I like the Josh. Try to take for Jodah plan. Just get a little more lifelink going here. That's okay. Let's double up. They dropped to 5. Question is, do they have another case of the Gateway Express or a shelter off the top? Okay, it's 15. Full speed is okay. Evangelist. Alright, so next turn's a big attack. Next turn's a huge attack. At least she's got first strike. Or we could bin her and just go for... We get back another Jirana, which is interesting. We could block with a couple things, actually. Or attack with a couple things here. We're planning to sack the Jirana if we want to. I guess it's just you, really. I think we're declining. It's excessive. Okay, it's fine. Happy to take out the Warden here. Okay, Alicia returns. We get back at Jodanah. I mean, still have a huge attacking force here. Okay. I mean, they don't have haste yet, so it's a lot of pings. We need evasion. We need like a Skrelv, a hasty Skrelv somehow. Blocks here aren't terrible with Jodanah. Let's see how aggressive they get. Nothing. They're just waiting for the big Evangelist turn. Okay. It's not going to do it. Sure. 2 drops in the graveyard. It's just the same one. Continue to get in there with lifelink and first strike. I mean, now all the attacks are much better, right? And they don't know what our last card is. I think just getting the extra lifelink might be okay here, actually. Probably not going to cast it, but if we also get them low enough, Joshua can flip, which is interesting. It's fine. It's a lot of random blocks. Okay. Okay, this does not feel like the right decision. Okay. Alright, I mean, that's pretty huge. We're up to 18 now. Oh, we can get back Shauna now. That's fun. I think Jodanah's still pretty decent. We're not going to die from 18, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We actually could die. We could die. Let's get Shauna back. Just in case we need a lifelink blocker. I'm not going to tell you that I played that perfectly. That was a little bit awkward. We probably did some bad inty discards there that should have been sequenced better. I didn't mind putting the counters on the lifelink guy, though. I feel like that ended up mattering. I feel like we were close to under lethal pressure for a little while, but we also gave a little bit of information away. Like, if we hadn't discarded the Urts, I think they made weird blocks in that last play, right? Because we discarded the card from our hand, so they knew we had no, like, random pump spell to be afraid of, so I feel like they could have been more strategic with that block. Just try to get to 1, keep as many creatures as possible. Maybe try to top deck lethal. You have the Evangelist, trigger 2. I don't know. We're on the play with a Kellen. Yeah. I mean, we got no 1 or 2 or 3 drops. 1 or 3 drops, but yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's a pretty expensive hand. We also have none of our... I can actually get a little value out of this. Great. 1 drop acquired. Very nice. Cool, that looks fine to me as well. Here's a Kellen. Could shelter plus map token if we have a target. Don't think opponent's gonna give us a target. Pass to us. It feels like we should not go for the shelter. Feels like this is what we're doing here. Probably just kill this now. Yeah, I'm not particularly surprised. It's alright. Okay, to the opponent. But we do have a Helana and Elena next turn, and it's also uncounterable. They are rabbits with Get Lost. Okay. Alicia showing up. That's interesting. Human. How good is Helana and Elena here to Alicia next turn? Do we want back the Kellen this very turn is the question. Could also try to Alicia and hit land right to the Jodah. That's not that bad either, actually. Maybe we take this last bit of mana. Try to get as many creatures as possible for the Jodah turn. It's a fast land. How are we doing on colors? Black. White, red, green, blue. Okay, so we can Jodah the turn after. So we stick around 1 more turn here. Alright, that is a pair of blockers. Okay, we cannot attack with Alicia into this. We could double shelter with first strike, which actually is maybe very reasonable. Okay. That's a lot of first strike. It's a 5/3 lifelink with first strike and board 4. Fairly difficult to interact with. We get back our Kellen, and now we get to Jodah, and then we kind of pop off from there, so unless they can, like, another hop to it. They're going big, but I think we're going to be fine here. A lot of 2/2s, sure. I don't know if we want this or not. I definitely want this play, though. 8/6 first strike. Seems good. Could trade Kellen with a couple things. If they kill it, we just get back Alicia anyway, so we don't really care. It's a 9/7 first strike. Yes, can go to the graveyard. Single chump up to 34. I think we'll play the land out because we kind of have value off the Jodah anyway, so maybe we'll actually want that. Whenever you cast, not the first time. Alright, they might have a shelter to get under everything and get all their crap back, which is interesting. They touch the Jodah. Alright, they could shelter once and pay ward 4 and actually strip the Alicia out. And the question is, will we Halana and Elena or Lightning? Lightning is interesting because we'll have a massive lifelink first strike blocker. Halana and Elena could give someone haste next turn as well, which is good. Or even this very turn. They might just have a Get Lost. They could be looking to Get Lost and get a Mentor back. Since they're not... I think if they had Shelter... Oh, baby. Season of Burrow. Damn. Okay. Pretty nice top deck by the opponent. They get back a Mentor. Only one Shelter gone. Okay, we have access to... what? Yeah, we could do both this turn. Human. So this would be... just +2, so we have a 7/6 first strike. So they could throw a bunch of stuff under the bus. I think we just want to get Alicia big enough, maybe, to get in there. Doesn't have to be this turn, though. The other thing we can do is we can just make Lightning big and attack with Lightning, and then if they kill Lightning, we just get it back. And we might as well attack with something here, right? So I think we'll take the card draw. It suicides in, and we just get it back. And maybe we get one more useful card off the top. Cool. Alright, they don't kill it, so we don't get it back untapped, for example. They could have just blocked it with a Mentor, but I guess they don't want us to have an extra blocker back. Well, this makes our life a lot easier. This Jirana pretty much attack all button. We got big lifelink. They can't kill anything. We get the Kellen triggers, and we also... I think we have Trample on the other guy too, right? This guy's Trample. So that's pretty difficult to block. We put the extra counters on that. Then, you know, if we deal any damage, I'll first strike Trample, then everything else is doubled. So that is quite a lot to deal with Jirana on the way. Cool. I mean, this deck is totally a hole in its own so far, I would say. I know that for many, most, perhaps 90% of you, you're not going to want to blow your mythic rares and rares on all the lands and all the legends or whatever, but, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Josh Smith, 6955, says, Question Drew is awesome. I'm with you. I just happen to love that card. I just like adventures. Any playable adventure is always exciting for me. That's when I started playing Magic. Throne of Eldraine is my first ever set in that adventures. We're on the draw. We actually don't have green for Kellen here, which is okay. Be nice if we did, but it's okay. We'll keep it. Looks fine. It's mono red. Bleeding effigy. No steel cutter. To know what we're doing here. Cast a creature spell. I'm just double checking. Cast a creature spell. Yeah, so I think we can just go fast land here. White and red is fine. We cannot cast the map token half, as far as I know, for that little bit of extra value. Okay, effigy comes down again. Is that it? Okay, I think I'm looking to play Hajar here. Nah, I guess we go Kellen still. Human. I mean, 3 toughness is 3 toughness, right? We'll just take the value. You could Hajar to get the bigger shelter per turn, but I'm not super worried about that. Alright, effigy comes down again. We're hoping they tap out. We can just throw a shelter on some random creature. Nope, zapped immediately. Alright, so they are basically burn here, I guess. Can slap down an Alicia. Okay, legends. We haven't attacked yet, so we cannot get back Kellen. We also play Joshua as a pretty guaranteed 4 toughness creature to survive most things. And we have first strike, so are they still getting in there? It's a burst lightning. Yeah, maybe we should have played Joshua here. Starting to get low. Okay, this can be... We'll play this one out still. I think I'm happy to bin a land. Obviously, if we top deck Jodah, we're a little sad, but it's a 3 out of 60-ish chance, right? So, can you kill a 4 toughness creature right now? Lightning strike face. Drop to 8. Are we taking the block? Is the next question. Into like a pump spell, we might have to. Nemesis. All right, 1 mana open though. We go no blocks. Looks like we could turn this game around. Fling? Ah, shut off lifelink. Damn. Okay, well, that's always hard to, the anti-counter play. So there's nothing we can do. Yeah, they have game. I mean, we can make a blocker, actually. So Hajar can block the effigy. What other text did it have? +2/+0. And we have to attack because, either we get them from 21 to 0 or we don't. But I guess they have Lightning Strike in hand is the point. Alright, I do regret not playing Joshua a turn earlier instead of the 2/2 Alicia, because that would have played around Burst Lightning, which they had, and then we would have had a creature to play the Shelter by Ghost. I don't know if we would have played it or not, because I don't think there were any targets that turn. We could have just slapped it on with no targets, just been like, alright, let's just get some life back versus burn. So probably a mistake there on my part. ETBR1978 says, so after like 5 or 6 years of not playing MTG Arena, your last best of 1 deck maybe reinstall. I'm not sure which one that was. Might have been Azorius Artifacts. To see what I can do, free to play. We're on the play, mana is good. Sure. Turns out, over the years, I amassed tons of packs and could craft the Azorius Artifacts deck and this deck, the Gruul Aggro deck. Starting out from bronze with those 2 decks are not nice. I think he meant to say is nice. I mean, those are both really solid, fun decks. And then he says love it. So I think he meant it is nice. I mean, if you were to craft 2 decks and you go Gruul Aggro and Azorius Artifacts, I mean, Gruul Aggro is going to be very solid no matter what. Artifact is a bit narrow. You have to like that strategy. Like, if you don't like blue-white control, maybe. I think, yeah, I mean, it's a nice variety, right? To have blue-white artifacts and Gruul Aggro is going to give you lots of entertainment. If I were to only craft 2 decks, I like mono black a lot. It's very powerful and hard to be unpowerful, but I think I would get bored of that. Azorius control, I like, but us could get bored of that. Maybe like a Golgari mid-range deck. I think it would be a lot of fun for me if I could only craft 2. What else is there? Untapped. Hold on, I'm going to a different window. I think we're holding full control, my bad. Or like we're holding priority. Trying to check out what else is available. Like if I were to only craft 2 decks, I'd be down for Gruul Aggro, and then I don't know what the other one would be. Okay, if we upgrade this, what does it do? It doesn't do anything amazing. Looks like we will shelter here. Probably just onto you, I guess. We don't want to sack it, but 3 toughness does survive a bit more stuff. And we can re-up the shelter next turn if it survives for 1 more turn here. And we actually don't have the red to use the Kellen ability, so this is just a random 1-mana 2-1 for the most part. Curator comes down. I think we're just dropping the next shelter here. It's pretty hard to interact with. Not a land. You could go Inti instead, make it a 5/4. Also quite hard to interact with. I think I'm down for that. Means we discard 1 of our pieces, but we do want to hit land if we can. So who's getting discarded, here's the question. Probably not the shelter, right? So maybe the lightning? I mean, to be honest, Surak is very good. But I think we could... First strike, trample, lifelink versus delirium. I don't have that much removal. I might actually bend the Surak here. As weird as that sounds. Let's see if we can hit land for turn. Okay, 5/4. We don't hit land, too bad. It's okay. Can always just re-up the shelter next turn. Drop to 7. Go up to 29. No 3rd land yet. Opponent takes a exile. So they got a creature. They can also get what? Just another creature. So they're pretty far off from the 7/7 trample. 4th land. What else we got? It would have to be an Obliterating Bolt on the Melira, which I think is a little bit too much to ask. Alright, so they're not going to interact with Melira, which means we can fire off another shelter here. Okay. If we hit the land, I think it's just the next shelter on the Keen Eye Curator. Technically, we are presenting lethal by attacking all. I think I'm down for, right? I mean, they have to block Melira now, basically. Does it give trample too? Is that guarantee lethal? If they block here, take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6. Eh. If they have 1 removal spell, we only deal... Yeah, I think I'm down. I think we basically got it. This gives trample as well. I feel like burst lighting 1 of these. Then I think they survive 1 more turn. But we still have a 7/5 lifelink versus red and green, which can't really answer that. Alright, we have something here. Let's see what it is. Alright. Can you pump that to the sky? Oh my gosh, that is not a great outcome for us. Oh my gosh, that's pretty bad. Okay. That is not great. We only deal... Drop to 2. That's pretty bad. Oh, I do not feel very good about that. I wasn't really thinking about that card in their deck. I guess I don't run a lot of Gruul Delirium. I was thinking they might have the 1 mana, first strike, double strike spell. So can we get them from 2 to 0? That is my bad. That was not my mental bank of things they might have here. Although, to be fair, we would have attacked anyway. We just wouldn't have discarded an extra card, right? So they're probably going to nab that. White spell as well. Does Kellen do anything interesting? The attack also. They have 1 blocker here? Or they have lethal or something? count like 22 damage, maybe? They get to untap again. I don't think I've ever had double Fear missing outs on my side. No, it's just once per turn. Okay, they just get back both blockers here. So how do we find our way to lethal? Gosh, I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty big blow against us. Shauna, attack, draw a bunch of cards. 23 left to play with. Not so sure we come back from that. Looking at the graveyard, Keen-Eyed Curator, we have plenty of fodder, so now there's creatures, enchantments, and sorceries if they want to turn off Delirium from the graveyard, and instants and planeswalkers, so they can get to the 7/7 trample, which gives them a crap ton of damage, right? Between the two, they now have 13 damage with trample, doubled up off the fear of missing out. So essentially 26 trample damage. We have a Shauna, which gets up to 25, and a block, so we actually don't lose here immediately. We could also have another overprotect or something. Okay, so they're not going to give up Delirium, at least this first round. Yeah, we'll try to eat this if we can. See if they have another pump spell. Okay, go up 3 off the lifelink. Attack again, run it back. I don't think we're giving up Shauna. I think we might actually need to draw if we have any chance of getting out of this. We can't really attack into the Keen-Eyed Curator though, right? Because it's just leveled up to a 7/7. 9 damage presented. Actually, it's going to be lethal, right? Because they will do the Curator thing here. So it's really 13 damage presented, so we have to block this, drop to 1, actually. And they have to play a blocker as well. So in theory, if they only have 1 blocker and we top deck Shelter, we could take the last blocker and swing with Kellen for lethal. All right, so this will give him a 7/7 trample. We take 13, go up 3, so we go exactly to 1 here, right? Oh, to 2. Okay, my bad. I missed math somehow. Oh yeah, because we got some absorption off the block. Bushwhack. All right. Well, they fight our last creature, so now they're hoping we don't hit a hasty creature off the top, which we actually don't have. So, fair enough. Okay. I mean, I think that about does it. I don't think we can get there from here, right? Kellen, make a map token, play a Kellen, they attack with a bunch of trample damage, so. Alright, a very nice overprotect at a crucial moment. I don't know, yeah, obviously if we were playing in a tournament and we knew about that card, I guess we'd be more careful. But we're not going to have too many options over the course of the game to deal with that. You'd have to somehow scale up, like attack with some other random creatures, and then like, scale up until you're confident to get through a +3/+3. I don't know. Maybe there was an obvious mistake there, but it seemed like a clear attack. Even though maybe we didn't have to discard as many cards as we did, but I don't know if we would have won that game. Anyway, I think we're done here for today. Yeah, feels like a good time. This was pretty fun. I know a lot of you guys probably can't or won't craft this, but it's very fun to see this deck do well. I really liked the Jirana into Alicia quote-unquote lock. It obviously didn't win every game, but there were games where it's very cool to be able to attack with something, sack the Jirana, your attack is a freebie, and then get Jirana back. That is really cool. I guess we didn't really see Lightning pop off too much, but certainly held its own. First Strike and Lifelink was relevant in some of the matches. I think Joshua was okay. I mean, I added this. He didn't have this one, but being able to draw a discard into your Jodah, into the lands you need for Jodah, I think is good. Urza Resurrected is good because it's a creature that doubles as a removal spell. And Cecil flipping was also sweet. So overall, yeah, super fun. Have to run Shelter. It's a white removal spell. Yeah, I think this was a lot of fun. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe and leave a comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.